Hello there. I should be live. I think. Okay, because I tried this just earlier and for some reason it didn't work. Hopefully this works. Let me see if I can check to make sure it is working, that you can see me, that you can hear me, and all that good stuff. Let's see. Hello, hello, hello. It seems fine. Anyway, if you can't hear me or see me, feel free to let me know. But otherwise, it seems to be working okay. Okay. So anyway, I just wanted to do a video because I'm in fact, a bit more than 4,000 subscribers. I hadn't realized that I was that high, and so I just wanted to do a video and to say thank you to all of you for allowing me to get to this spot. I didn't actually. I wanted to do something before I got to 4,000 subscribers, but I haven't. And so what I thought I'd do now is I would just do a short video. Well, I don't know if it's going to be short, but just a video where if you have any questions, you can feel free to ask me. But in the meantime, I'm going to get some work done, and I'll just be here and I'll just be available. I guess before I get started, I might as well talk about, well, first of all, to thank you that I have this many subscribers. And I think I mentioned when I did a video when I had 3,000 subscribers, and I said, because when I first started it out, I actually had told myself once I get to like 700 subscribers, I'm going to stop because that's more than I can handle. But now it's 4,000, and in fact, I kind of like it now because I still feel I can read all the comments, or at least most of them, and I can reply to the comments of people who need help or stuff along those lines. And so I do think it that it's manageable, at least for now. And so yeah, I don't really have that many more plans in terms of what I'm going to be offering. So I'm going to keep offering obviously help for freelance translations, for freelancers in general, for translation stuff and all stuff like that. I keep doing what I'm doing. Obviously, I have my courses, I do my translations, my agency, and all that good stuff. And there are a couple other things I wanted to do. I wanted to show more about my life here in Charlotte, which I haven't been doing much of. I did want to, so, for a while, I set it up in my car, so while I was driving, I could talk and do videos, but several people, rightly so, said that was dangerous, and so I should stop doing that, so I've stopped doing that. But yeah, otherwise that's pretty much, oh, and anyway, I had other things I wanted to do. I wanted to do like a whole thing on etymology, actually, because I really like etymology of different words. And I don't know, maybe like languages in general, books. I don't know if there's anything you guys are curious about or would like to see or hear, see more videos of, feel free to let me know. I definitely like to hear some ideas. Otherwise, I keep doing what I'm doing, and that's it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I've been approached, because some people are like, oh, you got to step up the SEO game or stuff like that. I have no desire to do any of that, honestly. The way it's working now is perfect. Someone told me to set up a Patreon account once. I don't know what I would do that for. I mean, because even if I got money from it, I don't know what I would spend it on. I'm not going to get a better setup or anything, because I don't think that's why you come here. I think you come here because I can help out with anything you might need. And so that's what I try to do. So anyway, I'm gonna keep getting my work done. If you would like to talk or have any questions or anything, let me know, and I'll be checking the chat every now and then to see. Oh, and I do have a question now by, I cannot read that name. That's weird characters. Do you have an agency? Yes, I have an agency. I have a small agency. It's called Lugano Translations, and we provide mostly legal and financial translations. You can feel free, if you go to the website, you can sign up there on the database. And so then if I need translations done in your language combination, I can, I have access to the database. Usually what happens is, so I have translators I work with. Usually what happens if something new happens in a new language combination, I will access whoever's on that database and check with them. It'll either involve like a translation, like either a short translation as a test or something along those lines. And try to see if, you're a good fit, if I'm a good fit for you and stuff like that. Anyway, that's a very long way to say, yes, I do have a small agency. But I'm also, my background is also as a freelance translator. That's how I started, and I still do it on occasion. And so, most of my tips have to do with that. That's what I try to do. Although I do have a course called How to Set Up Your Own Translation Agency, by the way. It's there available on Udemy and Skillshare, I think. Anyway, I will now get back. There are a couple of things I wanted to do for work, and so I'm going to keep doing those and finish those up. And feel free to let me know if there's anything else if you have any questions or if anything else comes up. I really hope you can hear me. If you can't hear me, feel free to let me know, because I checked and it seemed okay, but I can never tell if that's just my own microphone or what. Anyway, okay. And then, and yeah, I mean, I feel like I should give some more updates, but that's pretty much it. I did want to do something with etymology. I remember talking about it with my sister who does the videos every Friday, by the way, the consultant corner, because she's a freelance consultant. And, or we're talking about partnering up and doing other stuff like that, which haven't come about. Again, we both do these things extra, so it really depends on how available we are in terms of time and being able to plan everything out. We can hear you clearly. Good, thanks. Thanks for letting me know. Because I wasn't sure how to check. I appreciate that. Okay. Anyway, I'll be finishing stuff up. Now I'm just getting rid of some emails that I need to get rid of and replying to some stuff. Lately, I've been contacted by quite a few people who need book translations done. I don't know why all of a sudden that's the thing, because we don't even specialize in books, but apparently quite a few people, I guess, need book translations done, at least quite a few people in Italy. They've all been contacting me from Italy. And I don't know if it's something we can work on. Books are great, but they can also be kind of a pain, so we'll see. There we go. Well, I feel bad just having dead air here. I feel like I should be, I shouldn't just leave it like that. So I will, so anyway, I don't want to leave it just with dead air while I work. Although I guess I could just keep it in the background. If you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know. Once again, this is just Q&A about, this is a live Q&A while I'm getting some work done. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the background. But I saw I'm at 4,000 subscribers, so I just kind of wanted to do something and make myself available for you guys, because I hadn't planned anything ahead of time. It kind of crept up on me. Sorry, I see here another question. Could you make a video about how to start an agency, and does it take a lot of time? Yes, it takes a lot of time, definitely. And so the way it happened for me was sort of organically. I start off, I mean, just as a translator, I start off as a translator, and that's how I was making my living. And then I, gradually, basically I had some clients contact me, say, hey, can you help us with some French translations? And I was like, well, I know a French translator. And, my client was like, well, can we just be in touch with you? You deal with the translator and deal with that stuff. And then I kind of wanted to see if I could expand it a bit, and gradually was able to expand it. I could make a video about it. I think it could be interesting. I have a whole course on it on Udemy, which actually goes through all the steps that I took and everything from start to finish. So I can definitely link you to that if you want. I could make a video just talking about the, more or less, at least how it went for me, and how setting up an agency started. Like I said, it was kind of organic for me. I just started off, working with some translators who I knew, and then later kind of decided, okay, let's see if I can build something from this and actually make something out of it, and started building up from there. But yeah, I could do that actually. Here, let me put that in my notes somewhere. I'm doing like 3 things at once. So I'll put a note for later. There we go. But yeah, to address the second part of your question, it does take quite a bit of time. I mean, it's still happening now. It's not like I've done it and that's it. I can relax. Like, it's still a lot of work. I mean, I guess that's with any job you have. It's always continuous work, which is a good thing, because you can't just sit around. I'm not a big believer in that whole passive thing and sit around, do nothing kind of stuff. I mean, it's good to have different funnels and all that, but being passive, I'm not a real believer in it, because nothing ever stays the same. You let something go, and then someone else will do something better and will take its place and stuff like that. Anyway, okay. No. I tried to watch the course on Udemy, but couldn't open it. I don't know why. Oh, really? Okay. That's interesting. If you want, you can contact me through my About page, or else on Udemy. If you're on Udemy, you can contact me directly through there and send me the details as to why. Or if it's an issue with Udemy, you can contact them and ask why it didn't work. But yeah, if it didn't open, that might be an issue with Udemy itself. So definitely check either with me or with them and see what exactly happened, like when you tried to open it and why it didn't work. Because that's a bit odd. Here, Jack Maxim says, very hard to pass exam for translators. Twice I did. You passed it twice, or you took it twice, I guess. Yeah. No, exam for translators are very hard. I don't know which exam you mean exactly, but yeah. I mean, anytime I've taken an exam for a translator, it's really hard, and it's probably been harder than most translations even. So I think it's good. I think it shows that you're well prepared for a translation when you do it. So you are against starting a translation agency, but you're against starting a startup. I think this has been referral to. Actually, I have another whole course. Don't set up a startup. Don't be an entrepreneur. And I think I did a video on that as well. Yeah, exactly. So actually, I'm against starting a startup. I don't think people should start a startup. I think people should start a business. They should be serious about it. And the moment you say, I want to start a startup, you're kind of trying to be, I mean, not all the time, obviously, but a lot of people, they try to be the cool kid. Oh, I have the startup in my garage and blah, blah, blah. And I think that's the wrong approach. The approach should be, I want to set up a business. I want to earn a living. I want to do something serious. And not like I want to be an entrepreneur, but I want to be a business person. I want to, I don't know, be serious about it. And I think there really is a difference. It's become kind of fashionable now to have a startup and whatnot. And you kind of need to move past that, and you need to be more serious about what you do. And so I consciously try not to refer to what I do as a startup, but as a company. And I call it a small company, but it's a company nonetheless, a small agency, a small translation agency. But I don't, I don't like calling it a startup. I don't like calling myself an entrepreneur, because I think it's, and the way people see it as well, the way they perceive it is a bit different from a business. And so I think it just is a bit more serious when you do that. So yeah, I guess I am against starting a startup in a way. Okay. Delete this. Doing a lot of cleaning up. If you have any questions about languages as well, or if you have any cool stuff about any languages that you speak, I'd love to hear it. I always love talking about languages or hearing about languages. So feel free to share that as well. Languages are I'm always really interested in languages. I mean, I don't know. I guess it makes sense. I work in translation. Okay, otherwise just emails. Those should all be set. I'm a freelance translator and I think I'm ready to start an agency. I would appreciate it if you could make a video about how to start an agency, especially how to get clients. That would help me a lot. Yeah, definitely. So I already put in my note, I'm going to do a video on that. I don't know when exactly it'll pop up. Probably this evening I'll try to schedule some stuff. Now I need to finish what I'm doing. But yeah, so I can definitely yeah, do a short video like that about starting an agency. Yeah, and I should also talk about, some good points, bad points. I don't necessarily recommend it to everyone because it can be a real pain too. And if you're already, you say you're a freelance translator, if you're already earning a living from that, then it might depend on, several things if you actually want to set up an agency or not, because it's definitely not common, and there's kind of a reason for that as well. So anyway, yeah, I'll definitely make a video about that. I think that'll be interesting. Tell us about your experience with Udemy. Do you recommend doing courses with them? Oh, actually, I did mean to do a video on, or did I do a video on this? I know I talked about Udemy anyway. So Udemy, I don't know if do you mean doing courses as in taking courses on Udemy or making courses for Udemy? I don't recommend making courses for Udemy. You actually make very little money with that, even though I keep doing it. But I mean, no, if you do want to make a course and you kind of want to get it out there, then Udemy actually gives you a whole platform to do that, which is great. But in terms of taking courses on Udemy, I think it can be very beneficial and help a lot. But it really depends what you're looking for. So you have other places. The way I would put it is, if you want to take a course, that's a course you would take in school, like say if it's a course like French, or if it's a course like anyway, anything you would take in school, in any college, university, stuff like that, then probably not Udemy. Probably I would go to Coursera, edX, one of those, and see what courses they have. But if you want to take a course that has to do with business, with your career, like something that you would apply right away, that you could use right away for, your business, for whatever you're doing and stuff like that, or even, your hobby, but something more professional, let's say, then I think places like Udemy are really good, because places like Udemy are basically professionals teaching what they know. And Udemy makes it easy for people who aren't full-time professors to actually post up courses and be able to teach other people what they know, which is exactly what I do with like freelance translation and stuff like that. And so I think you can actually find a lot of stuff on Udemy. Skillshare is another one. I think those are the two main ones that, at least that I've used. I know there's some other ones, but those are probably the main ones. And so, yeah, I think it definitely can help depending on what you're looking for. There's another message. Ipazia S. Can you do a video on translation techniques, please? Sure. I'm not sure what you mean exactly, because translations, there are many different languages. And so it kind of depends on the languages, I guess. In terms of translation techniques, it really depends, not only on the languages, but on your specialization and stuff like that. Some Some translations are all done just term for term on Excel. If you have like database stuff, if you do like internet stuff, webmaster translate, web translation, stuff like that. Others anyway. So I'm not sure exactly what you mean. If you have anything specific, feel free to let me know. A video on translation techniques. The techniques I use are I do a lot of translations. So I've mentioned a couple things. I do keep a glossary. I think a glossary always helps. Mine is really, I started early on and I just did it on Excel. And so that's what I have. I currently don't use any cat tools. But those can be a lot of help depending on what type of translation you do. Again, if you do kind of like web stuff, database translation, stuff like that, then cat tools can really help. But it really depends on language combination, specialization, what type of translations you usually do, who your clients are, stuff like that. At the beginning though, it's just translating and checking over your translation. So I can say one thing I do is every single translation I approach it twice. I do the translation, then I take a break, and then I look at it again with fresh eyes so I can read through it in the target language, so I can feel with more of an eye with the target language. Because otherwise I'm thinking more in the source language still while I do the translation, so I need to read it again with fresh eyes. So I always have to look at it twice. But yeah, also obviously when you translate, your target language is your native tongue. You do from whatever other languages you speak into your native tongue all the time. And so yeah, but yeah, those are very general things, pieces of advice. Otherwise, the techniques can get very different, depending on what you're looking for, and depending on what you do. Very helpful. Thank you. You're welcome. I'm glad it was helpful. Okay, then I guess, yeah, I was afraid I didn't understand exactly what you were looking for, but yeah, hopefully that helps. By the way, if you are just starting out as a translator, I do have a playlist for, if you're new to translations or just starting out. It's called something like that, just starting out, something like that, and it's just a collection of videos I've made, but for people who are just starting out. So it kind of helps with the initial stuff to set up what to do and to get the first clients, et cetera, et cetera. So definitely check that out. Okay, anyway, no, let's get this one. Specifically, I was talking about what they teach us in school that are sometimes not that useful. For example, a debate about equivalence do not really teach us how to approach a text. Well, so yeah, so what you learn in school can be, at least, and I don't want to say anything from my experience. I didn't major in translation or anything in school, and so I can't really. I'm definitely not an expert. I kind of get the impression sometimes they want to fill up the whole school year with stuff, and so they kind of plug a lot of stuff that you can't really use all that much later. Having said that, what they teach in school, I also found can definitely help with translation, but does not help with the whole freelance part of it. You know, for people who want to work for themselves, mainly also because most of the teachers have no idea about that stuff, and so and so that's why I try to concentrate more on this than translation techniques themselves. Also because, like I said, for all the different languages and specializations, they can really get really differ amongst each other. But yeah. Muhajir Ali, some people say to be a freelancer is better than starting an agency because even if you earn more money, the agency will take more of your time, health, etc. Yeah, exactly. And it's and that's the thing that you learn, because while I was a freelancer, I was like, man, these agencies have it great because they they get paid by the end client, and then I have to do all the work, and they don't have to do the work. You do plenty of work as an agency, and it actually takes a lot more time, and then plus you are the one responsible for other people's translations in other languages that maybe you don't know anything about, where if you get it wrong, you could even get sued or stuff like that. Like, you really, you have a lot on the line as well. Plus you have to deal with a whole lot of different, you're dealing with end clients, so you're dealing with people who have no idea how translations work and how long it takes, and you get requests to do crazy stuff, to translate a thing like this of papers in one day, or to do whatever. I mean, it can be kind of crazy. So a lot of it is just walking through with the clients and showing them, oh, this is the way it's done, because they don't know. And so you kind of have to, without being too condescending, being very nice to them and treating them like the client and being respectful, you kind of have to explain this is the way it's done, and sort of walk them through it. So yeah, it's definitely a whole different ball game, and it can be a pain many times. And so that's why I say it's not necessarily for everyone. But yeah, I think that's a good point about making a video about that. I think it'll be very interesting. So I'll definitely make a video where I talk about that. But yeah, I'm getting close to the half-hour mark, so I'll be here for, I guess another minute or two, and then I'll probably sign off. But yeah, it's I wish I'd planned something a bit more in advance, but I'm happy that that we got to 4,000 subscribers, and hopefully you keep finding this useful. You keep finding my information useful, and if you have any questions or anything along those lines, you feel free to bring them up, at any point in the comments section, stuff like that. I'm usually able to read, all the comments, definitely most of the comments, and, to reply as needed if I can. Like I said, I'm not always the quickest. This isn't my job. I'm not a YouTuber. And so I do other stuff, but, when I can, I'm more than happy to be able to help out. And that's why NT just saying, hi, Robert. Hi, NT. And yeah, in terms of future plans, like I mentioned, not much. There are a couple things I'd like to work on, and maybe if I ever, sit down and try to figure something out, I might. I want to do that etymology thing. I don't know why I want to do that, but maybe if any of you are kind of nerdy in that sense, then you'll like it. And just stuff with languages in general, I like them all the time. I'm just not sure what to do. Because, like you see, it's just me. I don't have any special effects. I don't have any team. I don't have anything. So it's just me doing these videos. And, so I feel kind of bad that you just have to stare at this the whole time. Because I don't make cool cartoons or animations and stuff. But anyway, for now, I'll keep doing this, and hopefully I can help you guys out with issues you might have in terms of freelancing, translation, setting up an agency. It seems like that's quite a few people, or some people have questions about that. So definitely. And yeah. Oh, I actually have breaking news. I just received an email from pros.com. New pros.com membership. If you only pay if you receive work through pros.com. I just received this now. In fact, they'd mentioned something earlier that they were coming up with a new type of membership. I just thought it would be a different price point. Oh, this membership type is only available for the first 1,000 freelancers who apply for it, or until June 15th, whichever comes first. Here, let me see if I can get the link and post it up here just in case. There we go. In case any of you are interested, if you're not signed up for pros.com yet, this might be an interesting thing. I don't know any details. I just got the email literally less than a minute ago. But here, that link should work, hopefully. And so here, let me read through quickly. If you prefer the traditional membership investment, you can also start your pros.com membership at 20% off until June 15th. Oh, I wish I'd known earlier. I'm still a member, but I don't get 20% off. But then with this type of membership, you pay nothing up front. A member of the pros.com site team will activate your membership and then work with you one-on-one to help increase your chances at a new client contact. You only pay for membership if you get new work through pros.com in your first year and on a commission basis. 7% of what you get paid from new work you receive through pros.com. So yeah, this sounds kind of interesting. So if any of you are not signed up yet for pros.com, feel free to follow that link that I put and let me know how it is. I'm not a member of Pros. I don't have anything to do with it. I just received the email like a minute or two ago, so I'm sharing it with you guys. So definitely, if you're not signed up for pros.com yet, feel free to check it out. And if you do check it out and use it, then let me know how it goes. I linked to it there in the comment section. So it says only the first 1,000 freelancers who apply for it. I just received the email literally 2 minutes ago. So hopefully 1,000 haven't signed up yet. So you can feel free to try to sign up if you can. I got a couple other things. Okay, when you're translating a badly written source text, is it acceptable to rewrite the work when translating in order to make it more readable, even though it's not 100% fit? Oh, I hate those. I hate the badly written source text and you're not sure, should I just leave it like really sounding like crap or should I? So usually what I try to do, so once again, it really depends on the type. If is it a story, is it financial terms, a legal terms, stuff like that. What I try to do is contact the client and and ask them. I say, look, this is this either it doesn't make sense or it doesn't sound right, something's wrong, something's off. How do you want me to proceed? You can say will be the direct translation. Honestly, I think this will be a bit better, but even though it changes the matter, like make it very clear for them. And just see what they say. You can also ask them sometimes, is this going to be, who's the end client? Is this going to be in marketing material that everyone sees? Is it going to be like a newspaper article that everyone sees? Or is it just going to be their private notes? Stuff like that can help you make that decision as well. But usually I prefer to get the go-ahead from the client before I do that. Worst case, what I've done is I've done the translation as I think best and then just put a note. Like Microsoft Word, you can put notes. And I'll just write in the note, by the way, I translated this way, but it could be that way or something like that. And then just see what they say. And that way they can accept it and then when I send the thing, I also write in the email, please check I left a note there, please check it out. But yeah, because that can be a pain. If it's something that was obviously a typo, I just correct it because it was obviously just a typo. But sometimes there's something that should be dealt with a bit more. Let's see. Before you go, I want to thank you a lot for helping us. I'll stay tuned for the next videos. You're welcome, and I'm really glad you find them helpful. That's why I'm doing them. So yeah, definitely. And I will be doing the video on an agency as well. I think that could be fun. If the reader will be the judge, you better stick to the source. Yeah, but see, that's the thing. If it also depends if it goes on, if it's like, again, marketing material or something like that. Wait, some time ago, a judge had based his judgment on students' grammar being great. Yes, translators' notes are great at using whenever possible. Yeah, exactly. Sorry, and I missed a comment before. Thanks for all the great work that you've done. Your videos are really helpful. You're welcome, definitely, and thank you for that. And If you translate, say what? Right, exactly. If you translate, exactly, email correspondence, WhatsApp chat, stuff like that, yeah, translate as is. Yeah, and that's why it really depends on the context. Better stick to the source because the judges got to get a feeling of the level of education of the defendant. Yeah, actually, that's a very good point. Yeah, so it really depends where it's coming from. And people are typing and they're making all sorts of mistakes and sounding really bad. It actually helps if you don't make it sound perfectly polished in the translation. You kind of want to bring that across as well. And that's one of the things you need to keep in mind as a good translator. It's a very good point. Sorry, I'm curious. How do you pronounce that? Muhajir Ali? Muhajir Ali? Yes. I'm not sure. Anyway, oh yeah, I already said, but yeah, thank you for the comment and you're welcome, definitely. Like I said, that's why I'm doing these. So yeah, I've already passed the half-hour mark, and but feel free to check that pros.com. I'm actually really curious about that new pricing system, the new membership they have on pros.com. I put the link up there, yeah, definitely check it out. If you're in the first 1,000 to sign up for it, let me know how it goes. It could be interesting. So you don't pay until you actually get work and get paid for the work, and then you just pay 7% of what you get paid. So it's kind of risk-free. I think that'll be interesting. I think that's why they're rolling it out with just 1,000 freelancers at the beginning to see how it works out. So it could be an interesting option. Unfortunately, I'm already signed up, so I can't really do that. But if any of you are interested in signing up for pros.com, that could be an interesting way to try it out. It says for the first 1,000 translate freelancers. So let's see how quickly that goes. But yeah, otherwise, that's pretty much it. And I also need to leave soon as well. But thank you once again, 4,000 subscribers. Thank you for all the questions and the notes. And I will be making a video on setting up an agency. And hopefully you find this stuff useful. And, because that's why I'm here, once again. And also, if you have any other types of ideas for other types of videos you'd like to see me do, feel free to let me know. I'm always open to new ideas and stuff like that, that I think will be fun. I can't guarantee anything. Like I said, I'm not a YouTuber. I just do this in my spare time. But, I do enjoy doing it. So I'd definitely be happy to do it. And but yeah, that's pretty much it for now. And I will here. Thank you for your time. You're welcome. Thank you for spending this time with me. You're welcome. Thank you for the great content. Thanks you for the comment. You also comment quite a bit, and thank you for that as well. And then Owen Putter says, hey Owen, here for the value for the show. Exactly. Yes. And like I said before, that's what I try to focus on, the value. And that's why I don't have cool animation or any of that stuff. I don't know how to do any of that stuff. All I have is my laptop right here, and this is my mic, literally. But I try to give you information that you can find useful, and that's what I try to do with all of my videos. Owen, how are you? What's the theme? I'm not sure. There is a theme. It's just freelance translation. That's always the theme at this channel. So translation, freelancing, setting up for yourself, doing stuff like that. That's always the theme. Unfortunately, we're right at the end of this session, though. So yeah, thanks again for spending this time with me. And I will hopefully organize something a bit better the next time, say for 5,000 subscribers. In the meantime, yeah, I'll try to think of interesting ways and interesting things to do to grow this channel. And Savedum. That's I don't know if I keep saying Savedum. I think I still say it at the end of videos. I don't know if I every now and then I slack off. By the way, Savedum just means see you later in the dialect where I grew up in the Italian part of Switzerland. And so I just thought it was a fun way to end the videos. But okay, I will close these and see if that's an emergency or not. No. Okay. Anyway, thanks again for the 15th time for spending this time with me. I will see you guys in the next video that will be regularly scheduled, and I'll see you also at 5,000 subscribers. Hopefully I'll figure out something a bit cooler to do. And that's pretty much it from me. So I'll see you next time. Savedum. Except I can't do a cool exit because I don't know how to exit this thing. Oh yeah, here we go.